There is one thing that I could call out that I am unexpectedly excited about, and I don't think you could ever guess. I could never have guessed. It is an album. This is shocking. I don't want to downplay it. I'm setting it up too much. It's the new Halsey record. I love it.
Oh, Halsey, yeah. Hey, babe, we listen to Halsey, right? Oh, she's got headphones in. She can't hear me.
So I listened because Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross produced it. The only thing about Halsey I know is she's a female pop singer. Like, I remember, like, the old people we are, the bride and I, like, a couple years ago, saw a commercial that she was like a campaign spokesman for, and they were using her music as and her name, and she just looked at me as like, she goes, "What is a Halsey?" And I'm like, I don't know. This is beyond us. So that was
that happens to be for every musical guest on Saturday Night Live now. Like, Ash knows every one of them. Like,
does she really?
Oh yeah, it blows my mind.
That's
like,
amazing.
When do you even listen to that music? You're with me 24 hours a day. Like, I've literally never heard this song ever. When did you listen to it?
What did she say?
She does. We have headphones on during work and like all those, so like she has time. Trust me. She's allowed to do her own things, listeners. I promise.
I like to think that she responded like Silent Bob and Chasing Amy. She's just like, bitch, what you don't know about me can fit in the Grand Canyon.
Fit in the Grand Canyon. So true.
You know, I always wanted to be a dancer.
Yeah. But every time we're watching Saturday Night Live catch-ups, and I'll just be like, who the fuck is that? And she'll just be like, blah, blah, blah. They sing this song. And then she'll start singing this song. And I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Our whole thing was like, this counts? When we watched Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
We haven't watched Saturday Night Live recently. But anyway, so I because of the annual kind of mixed album tradition that I've kept up, I actively feel myself kind of mid-year being like, I don't really have new music. And so I'll start to seek it out. Sometimes is what I noticed some years. Last year, I guess I did this. Especially last year, I was really looking to music to give me something. I was like, so many fucked up things were happening. Like, people had to be saying something about it. And at first, in the early part of the year, it didn't seem like, I don't know. Anyway, but I ended up, for last year, the 2020 kind of mix album that I made is one of my favorites I've ever done. One of the most diverse and like cohesive and emotionally charged. I was really happy with it. Almost like I would even say proud of it. But so I started to want to keep up with some of those artists, and I'm just like sensitive, especially when I met the bride and was sharing mixes. She's like, this is all just like dudes and Jewel. And I was like, oh, I guess you're right. So I would, not entirely, but not far from the truth. Anyway, so I kind of look for stuff. And so I'm like, well, I'm trying to diversify this. Last year, that was so gratifying, I guess. So I've tried to keep up with some folks. I listened to Her's new album, and there was a song on it I really liked, but nothing like the I Can't Breathe last year that really lit me up. And so anyway, I'm like, all right, let me try this like Trent Reznor Atticus Ross produced thing. And from the first listen, I was just like, holy shit. I was like, it got me like emotionally, and the sonic palette and the variety of it, like it felt to me like a 90s alternative album. Like, and it really, and I was like, I was telling the bride, like, I was like, I think you will like this. I know it sounds like you wouldn't. It sounds like I wouldn't. But I'm like, I listened to it once. I fucking loved it. And I think she did try it eventually. The album is called If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. And it has a corresponding, like, I guess, whole film. Maybe it's a 2-minute trailer. You want to watch? I haven't seen it. Could be terrible, but it might help. Might help. Kind of. I think I can. Maybe we can watch it together. I can share the screen or something. So there's a video that is kind of how I listened to it the first time on YouTube. I put it like on my little navigational system, and I took the long way to work. And there's like lyric videos, but they're like highly produced. You can tell it's like a narrative deal. And maybe that's what this will kind of reference, because it's advertised as, the film. I don't know if there's like truly a film you can see, but it wasn't just a one-time thing either. Like I find myself like listening to it a lot. There's like 2 interviews on YouTube, one with Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor and Halsey, moderated by someone who I'm not sure who that is, that's posted like on the Nine Inch Nails page and her page. And then there's like an Apple Music one. I don't know. I'm just like deeply into it. Okay.
Wait, the link you sent me is the Miley Cyrus Apple Music Plastic Hearts interview. Is that right?
Well, this is my way of trying to tell you ultimately that I'm really into Miley Cyrus. Let's try this again.
Oh, buddy.
I think I skipped ahead somehow. So does this one come up as I can't have love? I want
Can't
power?
have love. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm at 0:00.
All right. On 3. And
3.
Well, I don't know how well that represents there are 2 tracks kind of hinted at there, but there's an incredible diversity to the whole thing. Yeah, it's not, I don't know, man. Like, usually my thing with music is I want to hear my experience reflected in some way, and that's changing a little bit as I get older and my experience is so narrow. But there's a generally, I want that emotional quality of feeling like I'm punched in the stomach and excited at the same time. Like, I just want to be moved by it. And this really does it. Even though, like, it's not necessarily speaking to things that I can understand, like being pregnant and the sort of challenges of being a woman, I guess, is a lot of it. But I can just so clearly sense that this is somebody really digging deep and being honest in using their art to do that, and their kind of talents. And then the fact that the sonic palette of that is coming from one of the guys that set my DNA or like sort of set my preferences for this kinds of things with Trent Reznor. It's, oh man, I fucking love it.